Let's say we have started to build the application around AI. One or another model has become the thinking core of our software. There is not much point in defining rigid algorithmic rules if you can just prompt the non-deterministic model and get a correct result with a high probability. The result is almost, but not exactly, entirely correct. To correct that possible, but not exactly, you have a harness in place. Harness is a deterministic code that wraps around the probabilistic AI to ensure it behaves like a production-ready tool rather than a rambling chatbot. When you are using Cloud or Cursor, you, as a developer, are part of the harness. You are validating the model output and approving its actions. But what if you want agents to run absolutely autonomous? For that, you have to develop a harness around your core AI model. This harness will retain the AI model from taking delusional decisions or destructive actions. In other words, a harness is a non-AI deterministic software that validates and executes your model output. What is my harness use case? I'm running a crypto trading analytics tool called Colossus. Join the channel to check how it works so far. Also, I'm running a short show where I'm manually following its advice. That manually is the exact place for the harness. Currently, I'm a harness here. I'm a tool that validates the model output. I have a chart for the AI agent recommendations visualization. The recommendation direction in most cases does make sense, but not the grid range. Most of the time, the grid range is way too wide and it will not make much profit. The price distance between the current price and the grid boundary is sometimes questionable as well. Sometimes one of the boundaries can just be zero. Grid Setup Advisor already has some harness in place. It's a JSON schema enforcing model output format. It's way too far from being enough. The tool is good enough for manual validation. There is no way I will trust to make automated trades in the current state. To make it trustworthy for fully autonomous trading, I will put a harness on top of it. Let's design. The trading grid range is produced by an AI agent based on the agent's prompt and data input: news, background, 100 latest candles, technical indicators, SMA, RSI, MACD. Agent produces a reply in the form of a JSON string with a given schema. Instead of sending it to the channel as it is done right now, the reply will go through the harness validation. First, validate grid width. Width cannot be wider than 30% of the current price. Secondary, validate low grid boundary price distance to the current price. It cannot be closer than 10% to the current price. And third one, validate recommendation against the previous recommendation. Do we actually need to reopen, or can we just proceed with the previous setup? Each validator is just a function. In case of error, the validator will throw an exception with a validation message like error, grid range cannot be wider than 30% of the current price. That error message will be sent back to the AI advisor thread. I'm using the harness to retrain the context in real time. If the model fails a constraint, the harness feeds that failure back in as a hard requirement until the logic is sound. This validation will be performed in a loop until the harness conditions are satisfied, or conversation loop will hit its limit, let's say 7 validations. 7 is like a number, we are gambling after all. Each harness validator should be covered with a good old unit test. The validation loop should be covered with unit tests as well. That harnessing logic closing the loop. A cron job is triggering a function to call an AI agent. The AI agent produces the recommendation. A function in a conversation loop enhances the agent advice. Enhanced and validated advice can be used for automated trading. The trading advice will be used by the other broker agent with its own harness. It's a topic for a future video. AI is not a sidecar anymore, or a nice feature to have around. Now LLM is an application logical core instead of endless loops and if statements, as it was before. Harness is a way to make an AI engine to produce an expected output. This was the first video in a cycle of turning Colossus into an autonomous AI-driven safe trading platform. Keep building, and see you in the next episode.